Hello, everyone. I am Sorcerer. You can call me Blacklight, you can call me Blacklight Man, but I mostly just go by Sorcerer these days. So I am making a video about Starcraft 2 because I love Starcraft 1 and 2. But not a lot of friends in my life like to play it. Fortunately for me, one of my friends decided to hop into the game and they needed help. And I did make a video for them and they understood it, but they said that it wasn't kind of clear to them. And I thought I could make it a little bit more useful to share. Also, a YouTuber by the name of Garson was able to push me to make this video, so shout out to him. I'll link his video in the description. I kind of use his style for videos. As you can tell, I'm pretty inspired by him because I don't know a thing about making videos at all. So I have a, a lot of thanks for you, Garson. Um, I wanted to bring friends and people into the co-op community. About me, my hand was injured. I used to play a lot more. I used to have. I still was casual even back then, but I used to have between 100 to 200 APM. Now I have 40 to 100 APM due to a hand injury. I lost the ability to use my hands efficiently. And despite that, I think StarCraft 2's co-op can be fun and easy to do with every commander. Specifically, in my case, we're Tychus. We're going to talk about Tychus later. This is the basic education here. You want to set up grid. So you go to set up grid by pressing the escape key on your keyboard, options, and hotkeys. You'll want to select grid at the very beginning of the game. Once you know how to do rapid fire, you'll be able to set up your own hotkeys and use rapid fire for that. Rapid fire is essentially a key for holding down a button to cast a spell rather than pressing the button over and over and over again. I'll send a link to a video about setting up rapid fire. The hotkeys are the next subject to broach in this game. You really can play without hotkeys, but it's not very recommended. And grid helps you by setting up hotkeys easier, so you don't have to keep pressing the command card to build a worker. With grid, it's just like, I need to build a worker, press Q. That simple. And it's really nice because you don't have to think about which hotkeys is, even for, like, despite any race, right? Doesn't matter which race you're playing. Worker will always be on the Q key when you click on your structure for building workers. In Tychus' case, it's a command center. So, why would I recommend Tychus for co-op? See, the problem with Tychus is you go to the info page and it says recommended for experienced players. This is false. Extremely false. Okay? Like, I'm gonna flat out say it. This commander, Raynor, who is like the main character of the original campaign, he is the one who you have to watch out for beginners playing, because he plays differently in co-op as compared to campaign. So he has some issues. He plays differently from multiplayer as well. So I think that it's kind of the opposite. Tychus is the one that's more recommended for people new to the franchise. And I got my friend to play him, and he loved it. He was able to focus on a simpler build order. He was able to focus on clearing the map. He was able to do a lot of damage. He did very well. And he was just using a level 2 Tychus when he was playing with me. He was doing a lot better after I educated him on how to do this stuff. And so he has a strong early game. He has a strong mid game, even at character level 1. And that's why I think it's really nice to play him. Tychus is very, very, very good. Because by the time you get to the late game, the mission should already almost be over. Excuse me. So, yeah. Next, we're going to talk about build orders. We're going to do one build order today. Before covering the build order, I have things to say about certain buildings to build. This is the most complicated part about Tychus building the pre-level 7 build order. Now, we're covering an easy expo for Tychus builds. What is an easy expo? An expansion that has no enemies, just rocks. It's very, very perfect for levels 1 through 6. And it works for about half of the mission. So I have to do another build order without the easy access to the rocks in a different video. But I want to cover the easy expo first because it's the ones that, like, half of them are like that. So while you were leveling either normal Tychus or prestige Tychus, because you could reset your levels to unlock prestiges, which I highly recommend, but we'll go over that later. But which to build, which outlaw? Well, when looking at him, you'll get to see his upgrades, his levels. So before you reach level 4 with Tychus, you only have a few outlaws. You only have access to 5 outlaws. You have Blaze, Sam, Tychus himself, of course, Nikara, and the Spectre. What was his name? Sirius? I think that's his name. Nux. Okay, yeah. You have access to these 5 units. Before level 4, you do not have access to Rattlesnake, and before level 6, you do not have access to Sirius. These 2 change the game fairly significantly for you. They're very strong. And then level 7 changes Tychus's build order extremely significantly. But I'm only going to do the one build order because, well, I want to make sure that I cover this while doing the replay, because we're going to do a replay view. You want to have the fixer when you don't have Rattlesnake. Once you unlock Rattlesnake, you build the muscle building. And then once you reach level 6, you build the gunslinger building first. Basically, this is the building that requires you to build a new outlaw. It'll all make sense when I start the replay, but just know that you change your building based on which guy you are going to recruit first. So you want to have a build order that consistently is, you don't have to change it other than this one building. We don't want to make it too confusing. So in the beginning, there are so many build orders out there for so many commanders. They're like, oh, at worker count 14, do this. At worker count 15, do that. I'm going to drop that because a new player is not going to understand that. They're just going to faff about. No offense. They're going to faff about and try to figure out what the heck they're doing. So, my recommended, like, this is because I think Tychus is perfect for beginners. You'll get better and better and better at the build orders, and you'll be able to more efficiently like build workers as you play. It comes with times. I'm not expecting jack. You could be accidentally on 15 workers almost the entire game. So I don't want to be like, hey, yeah, just the simple thing to talk about. Just keep producing workers for your resources until you fill up your resource counters. There are resource counters in the game. You'll see it in the replay. I'm going to do a replay for commentary. But this is the build order. You first get an engineering bay, turret at rocks. That's 2 turrets. Then you get a refinery, then an outlaw building, then the next refinery. Salvage your turrets, build a command center. Then your outlaw. So this is a fairly late outlaw, but in the lower levels, Tychus can solo, even on hard, which is what you'll see. Tychus can solo the first objective really easily by himself. He does not need, even on hard. On higher levels, he might need help with it, but even on hard, just use Tychus to clear. So on your own time, get your second outlaw. Your second outlaw will either be Nikara, Rattlesnake, or Sirius. Then you build your medevac building. After you get your medevac building built, your power-ups like detection, which is the only one you'll unlock you'll have at the very beginning of the game. They're very important for hard difficulties and higher because there are invisible units around. So you want to do that. After you get those power-ups, you build a second engineering bay, the rest of the outlaw buildings. If you have unlocked them, the other 2 medevacs. And then from there, the build order's done. Pick the outlaws you like. Try them all out. Tychus is strong regardless on what you pick. Tychus can do most of your damage. Anyway, I will have a video next time about a level 7 build order. It's a huge, huge power-up. So, let me look at the upgrades. So first one's on the house. This is what changes the build order significantly and allows you to play on brutal, even if you're not very good at the game. It's so good. Level 7 unlocks a completely different build order. So I'm going to do another video on low-level Tychus that has no easy expansion. And I'm going to do a build order for Dead of Night, which is the only map in the game that has no expansion. So you have to do things a little different. And yeah, so without further ado, we're going to go to the replays because I think it's better to commentate with the replay on Starcraft 2. There's a lot going on in Starcraft 2. And I don't know if I trust myself yet to do a live commentary. So let's watch this together. So, yeah, level 1 Tychus. And I have a level 14 Swan, which kind of changes some things. But I'm going to pretend that Swan's not there. Because he gives you gas. So, we'll pretend that he doesn't exist for free gas. That's his unique ability, is he's able to power up and empower commanders by giving more gas. So we're going to switch the perspective to player 2.
Right on time, commanders. These void thrashers are tearing up my base, and they ain't gonna let up anytime soon. They got my men pinned down, so it's up to you to stop them. Nix those thrashers fast, before they blast my fortress apart.
Okay, so this is what I mean by an easy expo. There's nothing here but rocks. So, you'll see the first building I have is the engineering bay. It allows me to build a few buildings. And this entire time, I have not stopped making workers. You'll also see that I put my command center on a hotkey. You'll see that I put my engineering bay on a hotkey. And the Joey Ray's bar, which is where your outlaws come from, on my hotkeys. Again, there's a lot going on at the beginning. So, again, as you just build orders, we already have one turret. We're building the second turret. Awesome. This allows you to clear the rocks. Boom. Refinery right there. And then the next refinery should come down. As soon as I have the resources. Oh, no, it's the fixture building. There you go. Yeah, the fixture safe. Yeah, okay. I did it in that order. That's right. And the one thing I forgot to talk about is rally points, but I'll talk about them in a bit. Boom. Another refinery. The rocks are clearing the expansion. As soon as the refinery is built, you want to make sure you fill up your worker count. As soon as this refinery is built, you want to fill it up as soon as you see it. I don't see it for a little bit, I don't think.
What's in it for me?
There he is. There's Tychus. And he's going to start by clearing this zone. Man, I still don't see it. Okay. But that's because I'm building a command center now. That's right. All right, all right. So, yeah, I built a command center. I still have to get workers in. There they are.
Main objective is to kill it, and fast.
This needs to be salvaged. I haven't salvaged it yet. So you can see, I'm not playing it perfectly. I'm letting Tychus get hit. I haven't salvaged the... There it is. It finally happened. And now I'm building a refinery.
Looks like we got an outlaw ready to join us.
I'm building a refinery instead of building an outlaw. You can mess up the order as long as you have a basic concept of the early game. But you see, Tychus is just doing this on his own. So we're waiting on resources here. Up here is minerals, up here is gas, up here is supply. Tychus doesn't have to worry about supply. So, yeah. The minerals are almost ready to go. You need 1,000 for your first outlaw. And yeah, I'm still building SCVs pretty much the entire time. And now I'm saturating the second base. You can see, Tychus is just going at it alone. Like I'm commanding him on my own. And the dock is finally in. Here she is. So I'm going to leak these two up. And you're going to see me mess up in just a little bit with this. But these are the basic buildings. We have our workers here. We have our gases ready to go. I am just spanning more. Yep. Okay. So here's what I run in because Nikara doesn't have an attack and I lose her. But that doesn't matter. I'm gonna revive her easily. It costs 250 minerals, so it slows down my gameplay, but not by much. It's just funny. It's like, oh, right, she's not Rattlesnake, so she dies because she's running in without healing and she doesn't have an attack. It's why I prefer Rattlesnake a bit more. So, despite this loss, you're still, even though I'm messing up my own build order, the idea I have is still there. And look, most of my workers are almost saturated. I only need 7 more workers. And I'm building the rest of the buildings I need for other outlaws. And I am building a medevac platform. And you'll see me build an engineering base soon. All the while, I'm clearing up, just auto attack move, Tychus, to clear this base. What I happen to do is I select a Nikara, and I have her on a follow command on Tychus. Tychus is just attacking. Nikara is following because that's all Nikara does is heal. So, boom. Oh god, it's a Void Thrasher. What are we gonna do?
Mess of trouble is gonna land here on our base in a hot minute.
We're about to get serious soon, and I'm about to lose him immediately. It happens. And I'm fully saturated. So once you're fully saturated, you'll see this marker.
Our allies are being
That's when you stop building workers, basically. So, where is Sam? Where's Sam? There he is. All right. Here's another mistake I do. I don't have any upgrades on him. He's a small health boy. He dies immediately. So I use my medevac to bring my Tychus home to help it defend. It was so funny. And you'll see me starting to revive Sam. Hello? You gonna revive Sam? There we go. So I'm reviving Sam. And you'll see I have my command centers on my hotkey here. Back mouse button. I have the Joey raised bar on 1. I have both my engineering bays upgrading and on 2. And I have my Outlaws recruitment upgrade stations on a separate hotkey so I can upgrade. And see, I'm already pretty strong. We're backing off so we can defend the wave. You'll see on the minimap, wave spawn. And so I'm backing up to go help clear this. So I wasn't in the perfect position to help deal with this early enough. But still, I'm able to take care of the issue right away. Boom. Now, in StarCraft 2, you're with Tychus, you can bank resources and not necessarily worry, because again, you only have access to 4 or 5 units at the end of the game. All right.
Spectre's here.
We're waiting on our Spectre. So, Nux is here. We're waiting on him to catch up to the group before we go in to fight. And we're getting upgrades for Sam here. Tychus is fully upgraded. And just going and attack moving. Yakara's getting hurt, but she's fine. And on this ability, you can see that when I select all my workers here, because I can do that in the replay, you'll see these icons here. You'll see me using abilities, and this is why grid is nice. You just have to have Z, X, C, V, and B in mind. And I'm just pressing all these buttons, casually attacking. I'm not even looking at my base at this point because I have all the buildings I need. So I'm going to cut back to here. Again, I have all the buildings. I have all my workers. I have the 2 engineering bays. I need to do upgrades, but I'm in the middle of attacking. So I'm not being perfect by any stretch of the imagination. My hands are too slow these days to worry about some of this stuff sometimes. So after I clear this bonus objective, I'm probably going to get more, yep.
Archangel's making a tactical retreat, most likely to repair itself. Sooner you attack it, sooner those repairs will.
And then I use my medevac to get over to this area. And then I think I start the engineering bay upgrades here. Yep, I do. And I'm going in immediately. Then I hear that. I retreat to go take care of the problem. And then we're going to attack into the base again. Boom, boom, boom. And we're just finishing up the mission. Swan's at his late game. He's got his race. And so he's going to help clear stuff out really fast. This is where Tychus' damage is just going to fall off at this point. Swan does more damage than me at this stage of the game. It is what it is. And yet I'm still tanking shots. I'm still helping out. I'm clearing enemies.
Looks like there are 3 thrashers left. Time to drop that down to 0.
Our allies are being
And I keep throwing grenades. I keep throwing satchels, demolition charges, that kind of stuff. And the game's over, just like that.
I'll drink to that. You're
And that's that. So, I think for the next video, I will try to get to the next replay. I'll actually do a live to see if I like the live commentary a bit more. But I wanted to do a non-live commentary first because there was a lot to talk about for our first video. It was just like, I think it's going to be a bit too much. But you just keep this in mind. Now that you've seen it in action, I think you can replicate it. You see the general idea. You build turrets at rocks, refineries at your main base, then your outlaw building. And then you're able to pick up your second outlaw fairly later than you would like it to be, of course. But you don't have access to level 7. So you have to work with what you got. And even on hard, I mostly soloed this map. If you see the replay there, which you've seen, you are able to clear most of the map on your own. I cleared out 2 mission objectives early because Tychus early game is really strong. You have to take advantage of that with a commander like that. He just falls off like a rock in the late game, especially without all of his upgrades. So as you level up, your Tychus will get slowly stronger and stronger the later the game goes, but he still, no matter what you do, will fall off late game. So you have to just attack. And I think that's still fine for a beginner because you have access to some of the strongest guys in the game at the early game. So anyway, I hope this video is going to help you out. And I would love to link you guys to other channels. Like you see, I have Garson ready to go right there. And yeah, I think it's really important to do these. So, yeah, I hope this is going to be helpful. I will see you guys next time.